Good morning, girls. How are you all? Okay. Last class we studied this computer network. What we studied, do you remember? Yes. We started the first topic, that is uses of computer networks. How the computer network is used in different places like business, home, in mobile, and also in the social issues. Okay, so these are the things we studied in the last class. Today we are going to study about the network hardware. You know hardware, right? Hardware is nothing but it is a device which you can able to touch and see. Okay, so now we are going to study about the types of network and how these networks are used to transfer the information. Okay, before getting into the types of network, we must know about transmission technology. Okay, there are two different types of transmission technology. They are, the first one is the broadcast links and the second one is the point to point links. We'll start with point to point links. What is this point to point links? By the name itself, you can understand there will be individual pairs of machines which is going to be connected through the network. Here we are using short messages called packets. These packets will be sent from one source to the destination, which is using point to point transmission. Here when the sender is sending the data, exactly only one receiver is able to receive it, so that it is sometimes called as unicasting. Okay, one sender and the one receiver. Okay, that is why it is called as the unicasting. So are you clear about point to point links? Okay, the next one is broadcast links. Broad means what? It is going to be transmitted across the network. There is going to be many receivers, one sender and many receivers, which is going to receive the data. Okay. Now only we are going to study about the types of network. Okay. Classification of network based on their scale. Here scale mentioning about the distance between the networks. Okay, if the distance is less, it will be called as the personal area network, which is nothing but if it is going to be only 1 meter, it is going to be personal area network. If the distance is 10 meters, either it is between rooms or buildings or a campus, it will be called as the local area network. Next one is the, if it is going to be 10 kilometers distance, that means it could be in the city, so that it will be called as metropolitan area network. Next one is the, it could cover the countries or the continents. Okay, this is called as the wide area network. And if it is going to connect the planets, it will be called as the internet. Clear about it? So first in this tabular column, first you could see the distance. The second one is about the processors located in the places. Okay, processors nothing but it could be host. Okay, host is nothing but the computer. Okay, if the distance is 1 meter between the processors, it will be called as the personal area network. If it is going to be 10 meters or 100 meters or 1 kilometer, it will be called as the local area network. If it is going to cover 10 kilometers, it is a metropolitan area network. If it is going to cover 100 kilometers or 1000 kilometers, either it could be country or continent, it will be called as the wide area network. And if it is going to connect the planets, it will be called as the internet. Clear about it, girls? The first type is personal area network. It allows the devices communicate over the range of a person. Example is wireless network that connects computer with its peripherals. Okay. So in simple form, we can say this Bluetooth network is a personal area network which will work under the category of master slave paradigm. Okay, here the PC will be the master and the keyboard, mouse, all the other things will be act as a slaves. So the master tell the slaves what address to use and how they can broadcast and how they can transmit the data on what frequency and so on. Okay. The second type of network is local area network. It is a privately owned network, okay, which is going to operate on a single building or a home or a office or factory. Okay, it is widely used to connect personal computers and consumer electronics, that is going to share the resources or going to share transfer the information. Example, a particular printer can be connected with some of the machines like 10 or 20 machines, and this LAN uses by the companies, so they are called as enterprise networks. Okay, here when we are using this LAN, it can be used either in the form of wired network or the switched ethernet. So this wired network will use a common access point or a wireless router or a base station. From that, this is going to transfer the data. For this, a standard wireless LAN, that is IEEE 801, which is popularly known as Wi-Fi, has become very popular nowadays. What is this IEEE 802.11? Is nothing but the protocol which is having some set of standards. Through that standards, it is going to transfer the data. Clear girls? It is a protocol. IEEE 801.11 is a protocol standard which is having set of rules to transfer the information from one place to another place. This is used by the LAN. The next type of LAN network is the switched Ethernet. Okay, what is this switched Ethernet? It is going to use different IEEE net standard, which is 802.3. This is the most common type of wired LAN. Okay, in our lab and all, we have the wired connection only. So it is using the standard of IEEE 802.3. Typically, this LAN will run at the speed of 100 Mbps to 1 Gbps, which can have low delay, or if it is delay than that particular speed, it may cause some kinds of errors. Clear girls? So far we have studied two different networks. What are they? Do you remember? Yes, personal area network, and the next one is the local area network. Now we are going to study the third type, which is metropolitan area network. So already we have studied, it is going to cover a city. So in this figure you can see there is internet and also the television signals which is going to be centralized. For example, here they have given this cable television connection to all the homes. Okay, so it is using both internet and the cable TV antenna. So by using that, by using the internet, it is going to access and it is going to transfer the data. So internet access are resulted in another man which is using the standard of IEEE 802.16, which is called as WiMAX. Okay, we studied Wi-Fi, now we have studied WiMAX. Okay, so this uses distributed dual bus. Okay, and the range is 100 kilometer. Okay, it is going to cover a city. Now we are going to learn about the advantages and disadvantages of metropolitan area network. Coming to advantages, it provides a good backbone for the larger networks. Okay, and here dual bus will be used, okay, in the metropolitan area network. Why there is a dual bus? To transmit the data in both directions simultaneously. What this both directions? Sending and receiving. See, for example, you can send a chat message to your friend, hi, okay, again he has to, or he or she has to reply to you whether it can be, hi, I'm good. So you are sending the data and you are also receiving the data. This is known as dual communication. Okay, so for that it is helping it. Okay, next, it encompasses many blocks of city or an entire city. Okay, a city could have been divided into many different networks, or the whole city can have the a particular network. Clear about it? Coming to the disadvantages, if you are going to if you're going to cover the MAN, means metropolitan area network, it requires a lot of cables to connect from one place to another place. You could have listened it. You could have gone through these kinds of informations like cable has been a problem. Okay, there is a network problem, or there is a BSNL network damage. Like that, we could have get many kind of problems. That particular place we are not able to receive the network. And the next disadvantages is it is very difficult. Okay, it is very difficult from the to secure the data from the hackers. Okay, nowadays we are facing lot of problems through the network. That is, if you are going to use credit card or a debit card or a bank account, or it can be a secured account, means it may not be secure. Sometimes the hackers could have steal the data and they can misuse of our accounts. Okay, so this could be the disadvantage. The next type is wide area network. By the name itself, we can understand it is going to be spans a large geographical area. Either it can be a country or it can be a continent. You could see three different types of pictures in this slide. The first one is about the how this WAN connects different offices in Australia. Okay, it is a continent. In that continent, there could be many kind of countries. How it is going to get connected with countries? That is only the first picture. Okay, so the second one is about the wide area network, which is going to use virtual private network. Okay, which is there is a network connection going to be virtually connected among the machines. The third one is about the wide area network, which is using the internet service provider. Okay, coming to the first one, there will be host and subnets which will be operated by different people. Okay, there is a person in Melbourne and there is another person in another place who wants to communicate with each other, which is going to be used by the wide area network. Okay, compared to the next one, that is VPN network, there is a dedicated arrangement will be there. Okay, dedicated arrangement means we are in Melbourne, your friend is in the some other city of Australia continent. When we are making a connection or when we are sending the information, there will be a private connection. Okay, dedicated connection will be there between you and your friend. Okay, you who is in Melbourne, your friend will be in another city. There is a virtual connection which has been shown in dotted lines. You could see the picture here. The virtual private connection is given in the dotted lines. Okay, next one is the ISP network. So ISP network already we are using now, right? So internet service provider, it is using the subnet. Okay, customers can connect through the internet service provider. Okay, internet service provider means we have studied various providers. We will study in detail what are the providers are there, how they will provide the network connection for us. Okay, in our coming chapters we will be studying. So in this slide, we studied how this wide area network has been connected using this normal wide area network connection or VPN network, and the ISP network. Here is an important thing, that is the difference between LAN, MAN and WAN. When we coming to the differences, it may be of 6 different categories. According to the area it is going to cover, and the media which is going to be used, and the speed and the cost of each and every network, and what are all the equipments are needed for the network. Okay, first type, expands to. Expands to means locally it is going to connect it, so it is local area network. It is going to connect the cities, so that it is metropolitan area network. Next, it is going to connect different kinds of countries, so that it is wide area network. Second one, the range. Already we have studied on the basis of the scale, the network is divided into various types. There we studied PAN, that is personal area network. Here it is not given. Okay, we are studying this LAN, WAN, MAN differences. So that if the difference is between 1 to 10 kilometer, it will be LAN. If it is going to be more than 10 kilometer to 100 kilometers, it will be metropolitan. And if it is more than 100 kilometers, it will be wide area network. Next type is media used. Media is nothing but how it is going to be connected. Uses guided media. What is this guided media? It is going to use the wired network. Guided means wired. Okay, the wired network. And it is metropolitan area network may use guided as well as the unguided now wireless networks. And wide area network is using only unguided media. And speed, if you take in the local area network, it could be 100 kbps to 100 mbps. Here in the MAN connection, it is optimized for a larger geographical area than the LAN. Compared to LAN, it will be somewhat optimized. And in the WAN, longer distance communication can be done. Okay, you are able to make a WhatsApp call or a bottom call or a Skype call to your friend or your family members or relatives who are in abroad countries in a easy way. Okay, so that is through this network connection only. Next, cost. Coming to the cost, the LAN will be cheaper. MAN will be costly. Why? It is using the medium, guided or unguided, and also it needs some kinds of equipments to connect. Okay, either it is using modem or a router, so it will be costly. Coming to the wide area network, it is more costly because it is using microwave transmission and also radio transmission and infrared laser connections, so that it is expensive. And equipment needed for the internet LAN connection is it is only with network interface card, that is NIC, or we need switches and the hubs. If you coming to the MAN, it needs modem and the router. And when you're coming to WAN, it will be microwave or radio infrared laser. Clear about it, girls? So it is a very important 5-mark question. Okay, it is very simple question only. You are able to identify it easily. Clear? The last one is internetworks. What is this internetworks? It could be interconnected network. Okay, so it can have the LAN connection and also the WAN connection, or a single user can use the MAN connection, like that. Okay, it uses ISP networks to connect the enterprise networks, home networks or many other networks. It is going to be formed by the combination of subnet and the host. Here we are using the general name which it wants to connect between 2 or more networks, and it is going to transfer the data. It is generally named as gateway. Okay, so here in this the level in the middle, that is just right, is often called as the network layer. Okay, it is a router gateway which switches the packets from one network to the another network. Okay, so this is called as the internetwork. In the following figure, you could able to see the internetwork may use a cloud data to share with the user, and it can be accessed by many of the devices through the gateway. Okay, so this is an example for internetworks. So with this, we will finish our class today.